Mental health days from work. Taking them. Bob did that today. It is a Monday. We will talk about it shortly. Theme song.
Jesse and Bob are two dudes on the job to brighten your day while gabbing away on a pod. Forget your frown, let's see what's going down in Beachtown.
Hey, Beachtownians! Bob Squad, Basic Beaches, Sons of Beaches. All you crazy cats, rubbing elbows, greasing palms, movers, shakers, trendsetters, go-getters, gypsies, tramps, and thieves. Every last one of you. What are we talking about today? We're getting back. Maybe we'll talk about some grapes. Maybe we won't. I don't know. Mental health days from work. Oh my goodness. I bet employers hate these things, which is why you never tell them you're taking one. You're just sick. You're not feeling well. I'm a guy, pardon me, who never gets. I don't get colds. I don't get flus. If I've gotten COVID, I must be asymptomatic because I've been around way too many people with it. I was in New York City for the 2020 portion of the pandemic. I call it pandemic because I wish there was a children's mascot in a panda costume called Mick the Panda. He's Mick the Panda, the pandemic panda, and that's not important right now. So, yeah, I never get sick, but I have days. A lot of times in New York, my knees were just shot. My back was hurting me, or usually my knees were just blown out from walking everywhere. I moved there with bad knees as it is, but and I would just take the day because I could have toughed it out, but I was in healthcare. You had sick days, and I was never taking them, so I just went to hell with it. Pardon me. But then there were days where I'm like, go to hell. All of you go to hell. I can take no more of you. Usually, in that case, when it was in New York City, it was the workplace itself where I'm like, I can't stand any of you. This time, not so much. I'm back in San Diego, America's finest city. I live in the Kearny Mesa portion, which, if you don't know, Kearny Mesa is Spanish for go straight on red. A lot of people don't know that. You also go straight on green, but you also have to be texting. That's kind of a weird rule they have here. Be that as it may, I woke up this morning feeling fine. There was something special. Well, no Herman's Hermits. I woke up and I knew I was in trouble last night. I couldn't fall to sleep. It was past 2:30. I couldn't get to sleep. And it's nothing the workplace actually did. I've been working at this place for 6 months, remote the entire time. I have a remote job. I change channels for people. LOL, it's a silly joke. And I knew the weekend I was having, even though I watched some big long forms of entertainment. We'll talk about them in a second. I knew that I just couldn't handle it. I've done stand-up comedy from San Diego to New York to San Diego. I'm back here in San Diego, and it's a petty, egotistical reason where something just snapped. My home club, they had a headliner who's great and a nice guy, and he sold out like 8 shows, and it was a big fun thing. I didn't go to any of them. I could have. I think I even could have done the 5 minute opening door guy spot, which is like the opener before the opener, which I really don't want to be doing for anyone. I don't think it's a good idea for me to go backwards like that. I think it just conveys the message. But either way, the actual opener was, of course, a friend of mine, and everyone all week long. I made the mistake. Don't look at social media. Don't look at it because they are just praising this guy. Uh, they don't know who they've never met. And dude sold out 8 shows, two Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Good God, that's impressive. I can't think of anyone who's ever done that. But I kind of felt like, and again, the headliner himself is very nice. Was a very nice guy to me anyway. The few times I met him earlier on in my New York stint, I met him a handful of times. He was cool. But with that said, there's a petty portion of me who's like, hey, all of this, yeah, you're gonna hate, but you're gonna hate what I'm about to say. I know, and here comes a speech from somebody, I'm sure. And I don't need your speech. I probably wrote your speech at this point, so save it. I'm looking at that career, and I'm like, that should be mine. I'm not in the mood, and I'd love to see everyone and share their joy and everything else, and even do one of the 5 minute spots. Yeah, really. I don't want to be seen as less than. You get pigeonholed. Gatekeepers pigeonhole you, and it bothered me all weekend, starting Thursday, really. And Friday night, I don't think I did much Friday night. Saturday, I went to see The Batman. It's a popular film, arguably the greatest film ever made. And I enjoyed that. And Sunday, I recorded my wrestling podcast for a long wrestling pay per view I had to watch to record that podcast. So that's that plus the recording is like a 6 hour deal of that night. So that's that. I made stuff and I watched stuff and I blah blah blah, but I wasn't too happy during most of it really. The Batman made me forget a little bit. And urinate in the middle, by the way. That's what I recommend. Any movie over 2 hours should have an intermission, for fuck's sake. We got to piss out of our urethras, I think. And good God. And the best thing I did was urinate in the middle of that movie because I was able to enjoy the second half a lot more, even though I had to pee again instantly when I got back in. But either way, I'm watching this film, and everyone's just having such a good time. And since I've been back here in San Diego, it's nice. But I know I don't blame them. But I think in their minds, oh, Bob is back. Well, Bob from 2012 can't be back because life changes and your world changes. You're in a different environment. You're experiencing different things, and then like, oh, Bob's just excited. I didn't want to go back. If I went back there, they probably would have offered me the door guy spot, which I would have accepted. But the problem with that is that, oh, Bob's back and he's exactly the same spot where he left off. I didn't want to do that. I just didn't. And I really do hate catching up with people before I'm ready. And this is a problem I have with keeping in touch with friends is that I don't want to really go see them while I'm still in the same spot that I was. Like, I have an ego with that. It bothers me a bit. Like, oh, you're still doing that. Are you still doing the comedy? Go fuck off. I used to get to the wrestling too, and that's the thing. I've had the double whammy of the wrestling and the comedy, the two of them, to just kind of smash me. Oh, Jesse's not here. Let me. Jesse's in Disneyland. That's where he's literally wearing a fucking Donald Duck hat. I'm not kidding. Check out his Instagram at Jesse and comedy something. I don't know. He's literally wearing a Donald Duck hat right now. Bob's by himself. And like I said, I'm going to try to keep doing these just to do more of them by myself. I'm not on camera this week. Nothing's wrong with me. I didn't grow a second head. I just it was distracting when I tried it last week because I keep looking at myself as I'm talking, and I just wanted to convey this with a little less narcissism, if you can, or a little not. That's the wrong word. A little less vanity. I'm like, I don't want to keep looking at myself every time I say something. I'll just put pictures up of whatever the fuck, I don't know. Luigi, a few pics of me if you need to know what I look like. Who cares? If you're listening to this on Podomatic, it doesn't matter. YouTube, maybe. It still won't matter. Don't put your visual on something else. Fold laundry, clean the house, I don't know. So all weekend long, I'm like, everybody's just celebrating. There's another one. It's just like the 98th guy or gal. Like, that's the career I'm supposed to have. That it's supposed to be mine. And nothing ever worked out. And all I got for it, when all I had was my health, that went too. Because I had to put fucking holes in my stomach. So I'm like, ugh, nothing worked out. So now I'm just a guy in a studio apartment, jacking it in San Diego. With still working out. Even on my days off, I'm coming back from a 40-minute walk right now. Today's my workout day off, but even my days off, like, I have to get some air and some motion, just something for your body, right? I'm gonna make some. I don't know if I'll make hamburgers or salmon burgers after this. Bob, focus. But I'm in my little apartment, just me and all my action figures that I make movies with, which I love. But that's it. Like, I went backwards. It feels like that anyway, and I probably really didn't. You don't judge your success by someone else's success, and blah 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 blah. Yeah, I know, but also fuck off. I'm having a moment. Find the performer or the entertainer that doesn't go, ah, that should have been me. And I'm not saying I should be selling out 8 shows. I'm like, I should be a guy who, when I go there, they should all kind of they shouldn't kiss my ass because I would hate that. But I feel like I should be making a living, not doing whatever the hell it is I do with my remote job. because these other guys don't have to, and I feel I should be right there with them. And I just never got into that right circle, or met those right people, or had those right gatekeepers give me the blessing to keep putting me on their stage so that other right people could see me. I was just always on the outs. I was liked well enough. Thanks for cleaning this up. You're a good comedy janitor. You clean up the stupid messes we make, and thanks. Now goodbye. And, there you go. So, a little frustrated, I guess. A little frustrated. And I hate asking for stage time because that puts them in a position of power. Like, I don't do that because then everything, then everybody, then you owe everybody. They should be asking you. So I'm a little frustrated with the whole deal. There's nothing they can do. It's not like the club or whatever is supposed to be like, no, wait, hold on. Bob's feelings. We need to stop 8 sold out shows. Well, no, obviously not. I'm just saying internally, I watched all of that. I'm like, yeah, this is depressing as fuck. And stay off the phone. But when you have nothing to do, I can't say I have nothing to do because I make things to do. I have things to do, but in between, okay, let me take a little phone break here. See what's going on. I'm online at Target or the supermarket, whatever the fuck. Let me take a little, and then which I think is the best use for social media. Pass the time. That's what it is. Oh, the lady in front of you is taking too long to pay for her 19 cans of cat food. Well, okay, take a minute. See what social media is doing. That's really what it's best for. But what the hell do I know, huh? What the hell does Bob know? I don't know. So that'll be interesting. I mean, for a guy like me, the best thing to do is try to just build your audience because no machine will get behind you. There are people the machine does get behind. Not that many. They're actually the freaks in all of this, but still, I'm not a guy. Nobody's getting behind Bob. All right, it ain't happening. So, I have to build my online people, but I'm 42, and like I'm so out of touch. I don't want to join TikTok because it's creepy to be in your 40s on TikTok alongside a bunch of 17-year-old girls dancing to guys who wrote songs and are probably only 5 years older than those girls, but still have illegal sex with them and get away with it because they have money now that they got for tattooing their face. I don't know the world. I'm less relevant all the time. Nothing makes any sense to me, and I don't make sense to them. The time has passed me by, and I never had my time to begin with, and I'm mad. I'm an angry guy. I really am not happy at all. So that's unfortunate. But so I took a mental health day. Are we back there? We're back here, and I didn't make much of it. Honestly, I went back to bed because I was on maybe 5 hours of sleep, and like I can function, I can get by, but I'm gonna have a bad day. I'm not having a good day on the 5 hours. I can just and the evening after it is good. I'm probably gonna pass out and ruin it all again. My sleep would have been screwed up for the entire week because I would have been playing catch up and falling asleep at all the wrong times and being awake at the wrong times the entire week. And I just would have been a miserable bastard, and everything just would have gone to hell. So I just said, I knew last night at about 2:30, probably after 2:30, as I was laying there, I'm like, you're calling in. And thankfully, again, it's remote. I message you. You don't even have to call. You don't even have to do a sick voice or a thing. You just message somebody when you work remote, and it's a big company, so you never know who your bosses really are. You have a mentor and a team leader and this, that, and the other thing. And you just message the most accessible of those and be like, hey, can I use my days? I'm using my days. I don't have anything urgent, pressing, and nothing's due. You don't need me, right? I want to take my day, and they said fine. It took them forever, so I really spent from like 8 to 9 a.m. to like getting the day off, which is frustrating because you're waiting for people to respond to these messages. But you can see on a away message they're on the phone with whoever the hell. So it's like, Jesus Christ, you can't just make a phone call or two and be like, I'm out, goodbye. No. So that took forever. So I ended up sleeping from 10 to 2 p.m. So I pretty much wasted the day. But I needed that other 4 hours. I don't usually get 9 hours of sleep. That's not the norm. But I think my body just said to hell with it. You've been in a mood. You've been in a bad mood for 4 days, and it's exhausting you. Just here you go. Just the hell with this day. Again, I still ran some errands. I got put gasoline in my motor vehicle. 5.59 a gallon. Jeez, milk was expensive. Yeah, I did that. Went to Walmart, bought bread, bought candy too. I shouldn't have. I've been pretty good in not eating the chocolate. Let's do some grapes. Exercise, which diet falls under there sometimes, I guess. I've been doing pretty good. I've been laying off the chocolate, and I had a little relapse with the ice cream a few days ago. I think Thursday or Friday I was in a mood. Got the Breyers mint chocolate chip. What I should have done was gone to Pacific Beach Ice Cream Company at the corner of Cass and Grand, 1010 Grand Avenue. Best ice cream in San Diego. You want to say hi to Dave, the owner there, DW himself. Great Italian ices. He has a delicious screwball whiskey ice cream flavor. He's got a peanut butter cookie dough ice cream right now. And I believe he still has the chocolate covered strawberry ice cream. The guy is unbelievably amazing, and he's gonna tell you all about how he made that ice cream. You don't even have to ask; he will tell you. So we'll go to Pacific Beach Ice Cream, 1010 Grand Avenue, if you want to cool off. And there's parking anytime on the weekends, Friday, Saturday night. Where else are you going to park in PB? You can't park there all night. I don't think he would hate that. And it's also next to a massage parlor, which is a little bit questionable. But maybe if you want to get ice cream and jerked off, not necessarily in that order, go to Pacific Beach Ice Cream Company, 1010 Grand Avenue, corner of Cass and Grand, just a few blocks from the ocean. I needed the day. I mean, I could tell now that I took my walk and I'm venting a bit into the microphone. Okay, this was a better idea. I felt worse about the decision today earlier. And when I woke up and at 2:20 ish, took my shower, I got out of the house apartment at 4:30 ish to run my little errands. I feel better now. I wasn't feeling so hot about it earlier. Maybe you needed to spill it, Bob. Is that the problem, Bob Squad? Is that what it is? Are you? Let me know. Let me know, San Diegans, people around the world, Europeans. There are people in Ukraine who can't take a mental health day, and I get it. I get it. I'm sure somebody wants to make that comment. Please do. Please do. And you're not wrong. But as the great Jeffrey Lebowski once said, you're not wrong, Walter. You're just an asshole. And there you go. And this is no other news. No other news. Bob Squad t-shirt should happen soon. If you follow my own YouTube channel, the Bob Squad channel, the Hardest Part of the Ring podcast on the AEW Revolution pay-per-view is up. I'll do Monday Night Raw sometime tomorrow. Monday Night Raw is literally happening right now as I record this, but I don't watch it until a day later on Hulu, the Hulu edition. Nothing else happening in the Sunbob world, no toy videos, no fun boxings. There should be a fun boxing Thursday or Friday, sometime later this week. There might be one more, and then I really got nothing. So we really have to fucking stop. Okay. That's all she wrote. So mental health days. Yeah, take them. Don't abuse them. I'm sure employers hate them and don't really care, especially because when you're taking a mental health day from your remote job, you're basically saying, hey, instead of sitting here, I'm just going to sit over there for today. Hope that's cool. And again, I didn't tell her, even though when I was on the phone, the only time I was on the phone with this person, who's one of my bosses, team mentors, leaders, whatever, they all have 88 fancy names. I don't even know what they are. I remember her specifically saying, we encourage people to take mental health days. We encourage people. She was very nice. And I believe she believes that. I'm not saying she was lying to me. But I bet you employers just hate the damn, like, what the hell? They don't feel like coming to work. They don't feel like facing the misery that this job that they're stuck with. They're just stuck making somebody else more than another $1 billion. They don't feel like contributing. What's wrong with them? Nobody wants to work. Shut the fuck up. They don't want to work for you. My job's good, but it's not what I want to do. And I've been stuck with this problem for a long, 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 long time. But when I do something well, I feel like it don't matter. No one gives a fuck. So how do we make them give a fuck? I don't know the answers to that. But yes, the mental health day, in conclusion, was a success. It was a success in solving all of my problems. No, it's not a success in solving all the problems. It's a success in giving me a fair running start to actually have a good Tuesday through Friday. If I went in or sat 12 feet away from where I'm sitting right now, if I went into work and did it, I would have a bad Monday through Friday. I'm giving myself a fair shot at having a good Tuesday through Friday, is what I did, and an okay second half of the Monday. So, yes, that is the purpose. Does it fix all your problems? No. But sometimes the weekend isn't enough. You need to step away when everyone else hasn't stepped away, because the world is a little bit quieter when you do. Okay, two pieces of advice is the Bob Hansen secret to happiness. Are you ready? Doesn't matter. Saying it anyway. That's why we have pause buttons. Two-part Bob Hansen secret to happiness. Number one, leave your hometown. Get out. Leave your hometown. I don't care if it's a city, a suburb, a farm, whatever it was. Leave your hometown. You've experienced it already. Number two, never leave the house. Nothing good can happen out there. It's all danger and despair. Wishing you all the best, Bob Squad. I didn't do any grapes. I did E. My social didn't exist. I did a set at that comedy club last Wednesday. Went very well, I guess. Talked to some people. Relaxation, I told you. I slept for 4 hours in the middle of the day after my 5-hour bad sleeps. Because I wake up a bunch anyway in the middle of those. So, anything else? Pleasure. I saw the Batman. What's G for gentle with oneself? No. Gentle with oneself was I took the freaking day. Accomplishment, not even close, and that's why we are where we are. Okay, those are the grapes. If you don't know the grapes, G for gentle, R for relaxation, A for accomplishment, P for pleasure, E for exercise, S for social, and every day or week or whatever you want to go through and see if you hit those things to strive for. Don't leave the house. Stay inside. Unless you want to go to a movie theater and see the Batman playing in theaters everywhere.